welcome all of you to the 7th annual USGLC Mid-Atlantic Summit.
I wish more places in the United States were like Delaware. Bring together in one room, one day, one time, elected leaders, business leaders, and the faith community, the African diaspora.
We can all gather here today with this broad, diverse coalition to talk about America's role in the world and why it matters.
It is critical for governments, NGOs, and the private sector to work together to deliver positive change.
You truly understand the linkages between government and the private sector. That partnership is really what is growing Africa.
We have to increase our investment to really strengthen connectivity on economic growth on the continent.
To support the private sector around the world with the financing tools we have to make economic and development impact and support our foreign policy goals.
Climate change is affecting not only lives and properties, but it's also affecting everything that we do on the foreign policy side.
We know in advance when a nation's about to destabilize, and when you cut food, you're going to have destabilization in addition to famine and starvation, but you're going to have mass migration.
When you cross the borderline, there's no going back.
We've got 780 million people food insecure, and we produce enough calories today. So it's the conflict, it's gaps in our supply chains. Fast forward that into food security and national security. Cargill can't do it alone, but we have to do our part.
Here at home, we saw a bicameral, bipartisan support for what's known in Washington as the National Security Emergency Package. Because of Senator Coons, there is $9 billion of humanitarian aid that is saving millions of lives.
That is going to be critical to Ukraine's fight for freedom, critical to delivering humanitarian relief in Gaza, critical to feeding the starving people of Sudan, critical to strengthening Taiwan's defense, critical to our place in the world, happen in no small part because of USGLC.
The fact that it was overwhelmingly bipartisan says a lot about what we believe, what we value, and what we know our allies expect of us.
When foreign assistance is structured the right way and is based on common values, countries becoming self-sustainable and becoming partners. Ukraine is already an example of that.
And I hope that you too will leave here filled with optimism about what we can do to meet the challenges of this moment in a world that needs us more than ever.